High school football is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Neal Field in Newcastle, Hoosier Heritage Conference action as the Delta Eagles take on the Newcastle Trojans. Good evening. Hello again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight on a sunny, humid September Friday night here in Henry County. No rain right now, no threat of any rain. It is possible that we could have a weather issue later on, but right now, being the XTV weatherman that I am, I would say it's very unlikely. The winds have already shifted to the west and northwest. We'll probably get this one in, knock on wood, on my head without any problem. Great matchup tonight for you. Couple of great football teams about to battle it out down here on this new artificial turf that's a little over a year old at Newcastle. Delta comes in at 4-1 overall, 3-0 in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. Newcastle also 4-1 overall, 2-1 in the league. Delta, the co-leader in the conference with number 1 New Palestine, the 5A power. They are 3-0 and 5-0. They've won 50 consecutive regular season football games in the Kyle Ralph era down in Hancock County. So Delta has a lot to play for tonight, right at the top of the list, staying in a tie with New Pal, which is likely to win tonight. New Pal is playing Greenfield at home tonight, Greenfield Central. You talk about Newcastle, the word prolific does come to mind. They have the league's number 1 passer in Drew Barber, and they have the top 2 receivers in Luke Bumbalo and Tristan Cheshire. They can throw it all over the yard. Barber comes in 4 yards shy of 1,000 for the season. One of the most impressive numbers, 14 touchdowns, no interceptions in 139 throws. So he's a really talented young man, and I can say this because I'm about as big as he is. At 5'8" and 160, he's as good a small quarterback as we've seen in this part of Indiana, probably since Jamil Smith ran the option down at Muncie Southside early in the 2000s. Jamil was tougher than nails, and trust me, you don't play this position quarterback in this league very long, or any league really, without taking your share of shots, and it takes a especially talented and tough young man to pull it off. Jamil Smith was just that, and I have a feeling we're going to see that out of Drew Barber again here tonight. He's a senior. This is senior night at Newcastle. How do you know the season has flown by? It's week 6. That's the 2/3 mark of the regular season, and senior night activities are being held at various places. So the sectional starts 4 weeks from tonight. It's a fast football season in Indiana, and we'll be talking about win or go home before we know it. Delta comes in scoring tons of points. They're averaging 44 points a game, just under that statistically, and they've outscored their last 3 opponents 177-47. An 84-20 win over Shelbyville, 48-13 over Yorktown, 45-14 last week over Mount Vernon. Their only loss was in week 2 when they went up to Eastbrook. I went along for the ride too. You might have heard the game. 28-6 that night. Eastbrook put it on Delta. And Chris Overholt said, my guys just didn't really play very well, and it showed. They took their only loss that night. They won their opener over Muncie Central 35-6. So you look at Newcastle, they opened with 2 wins in a row over Franklin County and Rushville, lost their conference opener to Pendleton Heights 49-14, and they've won 2 in a row. Beat Shelbyville 2 weeks ago 41-18, and last week put it on Yorktown 42-25. They've outscored their last 2 opponents 83-43. So where's this game going to be won or lost? You look at the averages, and they are pretty stark. Newcastle is scoring almost 35 points a game for the season. Delta's defense only allowing 16.2. So you look at the other side of that fence, Delta scoring 43-6, Newcastle allowing 23-6. So we may have an awful lot of points on the board in this one tonight. The band from Newcastle has made its way out here on the track in front of the stands on the home side of the field. We'll pause now for the Star Spangled Banner.
Drum majors Jared Weaver and Andrew Nip and Field Commander Ethan Anderson present our national anthem.
The national anthem brought to you by the Newcastle Marching Band. Well done, guys. Being an ex-band guy, lead trumpet player myself, appreciate it when it's well played. We're about to get this one underway. The teams will be out on the field shortly. We'll take our first time out. When we come back, we'll set it up. Starting lineups and the opening kickoff of this one from Neal Field. It's Delta and Newcastle next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Neal Field in Newcastle. I'm Brian Beaver. We're about set to get underway, just a few minutes away from kickoff. Delta taking the field, walking out, 2 and 3 across in their huddle and on the move huddle for Coach Chris Overholt. Newcastle will be coming out shortly. Great night for football, muggy, about 80 degrees at game time, just a slight breeze blowing in. And we won't have many more nights this warm in the 2018 season. as 4-1 teams do battle here tonight on the artificial turf. We've caught a break. The sun has dropped now low enough behind the cloud deck that we're not being blinded and scalded in the west-facing press box anymore. So we'll take that break when we can get it. Delta tonight on offense will start Brady Hunt at quarterback, Dawson West, Wesley Stitt, Zach Garner the runners, Cameron Levers and Dalen Case the receivers. Up front, Evan Conley, Mason Hunt, Riley Wooden, Brady Edwards, and Derek Markham on your offensive unit.
Hey, right now, let's go!
Defensively,
Come on, Spears!
for Delta, Brett Warner, Nate Sutherland, and Logan Drown up front. The linebackers, Wesley Stitt, Brady Pease, Mason Hunt, and Cody Howard. And the secondary has Tyler Gillen and Zach Garner at corners, Cameron Levers and Wes Wooden at safety. Mention how many league leaders there are in this matchup tonight at Neal Field. Newcastle has the top passer in the league, the top 2 receivers, and we have some of the best linebackers in the league in this game on both sides. Brady Pease just took over the career record at Delta for tackles last week. He's made 56 stops this season, 19 solos, 5 for loss. Mason Hunt, his mate there in the middle, had 14 tackles and 4 for a loss in last week's win. He had a pick-6 touchdown, 50 tackles on the year, 21 solos, sack and a half to go along with his 6.5 TFLs and that pick-6 touchdown. And, of course, on the other side of the field, they've got some linebackers at Newcastle as well. Dylan Beck with 60 tackles on the year to lead the team, along with Steven Spears, who also has 60 tackles, 42 solos for Spears, 37 solos for Dylan Beck. Newcastle has taken the field as well. They are now mobbing one another at the middle of this field. And before too much longer, we will have the reenactment of the coin toss and the start of this one here tonight on senior night in Henry County. Great having you along for the ride. Always appreciate you loaning me your ears for about 2 hours in high school football. And you hear the fireworks going off in the distance as well as they make it a senior night to remember here for the kids in Henry County. Wasn't all that long ago that Newcastle football was a bit of a laughing stock, but that is not the case anymore. Kyle York, in his second year here, has done a phenomenal job turning the program around. He is a fine young coach. He's gotten buy-in from his kids, his parents, and his town, and they are competitive and then some in football now, not just a basketball and baseball school anymore. The captains have come to midfield. They are shaking hands one more time. We'll have the reenactment of the coin toss, and we'll see who's going to get the ball first here tonight in Henry County. Officials going over their last-minute instructions. Newcastle won the toss. They have decided to defer. They will kick the ball away. Delta will get the ball to start this one tonight on the southwest side of Newcastle, Indiana. So Delta will get a shot at the ball right out of the gate. And that's hardly great news for most defenses because they've torn it up lately. 84, 48, 45 in their last 3 football games. That 84, by the way, against Shelbyville, an all-time program record for points in a game. So we're about set to go. Delta on the far sideline, wearing the dark blue pants, the white jerseys, dark blue lettering with gold trim, dark blue helmets. And here on the near side, the home side, the east side of this stadium, the Kelly green jerseys for Newcastle, white lettering with black trim, white helmets with green stripes and numbers, and white pants. So we're about set to go. Final seconds ticking off the game clock here, and we'll get this one underway. Final note about these guys and how talented they are. 2 of the best kickers in this part of Indiana are in this game. Newcastle, Skylar Sevenson, a kid who's at 24 out of 25 extra points. And Zach Stanley for Delta, who's at 27 out of 30 and is 1 for 1 on field goal attempts. So we're almost set to go. Delta is on the field. Newcastle breaks its huddle. They come out now and take the field. This is a north-south stadium and field. Delta will be on the south end and defend the south goal to open the game. Newcastle on the north end defending the north goal. So Delta will take the football left to right across your imagination here in the early going. Teeing it up is Skylar Sevenson, a 5'10", 145-pound junior right footer, approaches. Soccer-style boot is high, short end over end, comes down at the 20-yard line. Taken straight up the hash marks to around the 30. That was Wesley Wooden on the return of about 10 yards or so, and Delta will open the night with the ball at their own 31-yard line. Brady Hunt, last week's Offensive Player of the Week in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. Big guy in the middle, 6'5", 190, a sophomore quarterback who has gotten better every week. His best game last week, he threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. On the near hash, on the first snap of the game. Here's a sweep right. Garner with running room to the 40, 45, 50. He's got daylight down the sideline to the 30. Tripped up and brought down by Nick Greaser, a defensive back who saved a touchdown. But a big gain for Delta.
First down, Delta.
47-yard run by Garner. And just that fast, Garner puts up 47 on his first carry. First down of the game. And it belongs to Delta. And they're in business at the Newcastle 22. 20 seconds into this game. Twin wideouts on the far side. Wide man here on the near side is Dalen Case. 2 runners behind Hunt, who goes under center. He'll hand it straight ahead. Bedwell, running room to the 15, to the 10. They're going to spot him short of the 10 at around the 13-yard line.
Steven Spear is on the stop for the Trojans.
That's a gain of 9.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second down and 1.
Second and 1. Good time to throw if you're going to do it tonight for Delta. Ball sitting at the Newcastle 13. 1 wide out left, 2 right. Here on the near side, that's Garner in the slot. Man in motion is Wooden. Jet sweep to him. Left side, cuts up field inside the 10. Down to around the 7-yard line. He's got enough for a Delta first down.
Steven Spear is on the stop.
They'll put it down at the 8. It's a 5-yard gain for Wes Wooden. And the second straight first down by Delta on this opening drive, which began at their own 31. They've driven it all the way to the Newcastle 8. First and goal, ball on the far hash. Levers wide left, Gillen wide right. Man in motion, play action, rolling right, under pressure. Hunt's got to throw, goes to the end zone. It's incomplete and was nearly intercepted. It'll be second down.
On the coverage, along with Gavin Ridge.
The only guys near that ball when it came down were wearing green jerseys. It'll be second and goal.
Second down and goal from the 8.
On the year, Hunt has thrown 7 touchdown passes and 4 picks. On second and goal from the 7, Levers will come way over here wide right on the near side. Case wide left, short side on the far side with Garner in the slot. 1 running back behind Hunt. Movement on the Delta line. Conley jumped early. It's going to be the first penalty of the night, and it'll go against Delta. Illegal procedure. That'll move it back to the 12-yard line. 5-yard infraction. Second and goal from the 13 now. 10:18 to go in the first quarter. Opening drive of the night. Delta knocking on the door in the red zone at the Newcastle 13. Hunt gives it on the sweep left side. Wes Wooden cuts down to the 5. He's bumped out of bounds down around the 2. He's going to work his way back in toward the goal line. They couldn't push him out, and he got all the way to the 1-yard line. That's a 12-yard pickup by Wes Wooden, who's got 17 yards on a couple carries. It's going to be third and goal. Eagles ball. Trojans 1-yard line. This is the usual quarterback sneak zone for a 6'5" guy named Brady Hunt. Full house backfield behind him. He's going to hand straight ahead. Is it in the end zone? Yes. Touchdown, Delta. That's Pease who took it in the end zone. Brady Pease from a yard out. Pease powers his way in. Pease and thank you. And there you have it. Just like that. 1 carry, 1 yard, Delta up by 6 and on to add the 7th point. Zach Stanley. The kick on the way. It looks good. It is good. 9:35 to go in the first quarter. Delta draws first blood. It's the Eagles 7, the Trojans nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta strikes first. The opening drive, 69 yards, 3 first downs, 7 points. Brady Pease powered his way between the guards for the touchdown. Kick was good by Stanley, and he's got it teed up at his 40-yard line to kick it away to Newcastle. Trojans have some work to do. High, short, and over-end pooch kick to around the 25, taken by a short man, 30. Stutter steps ahead out to the 37-yard line. Tristan Cheshire, one of the wide receivers, with a nice return of about 12 yards, and the Trojans will open their first drive tonight at their own 37-yard line. So here come the Trojans. Drew Barber, the quarterback, Gage Burke, the main running back, Dakota Durick, Luke Bumbelow, Tristan Cheshire, Titus Regal, the starting skill guys. Ball on the near hash. That's the left side of the field as Newcastle looks at it. From the pistol, Barber waiting on the snap. Quick throw out in the slot. Caught, complete, but it's only going to be good for about 2 yards. Bumbelow with a little wide receiver screen. In fact, they're going to spot him for a 3-yard loss. So Bumbelow opens with a -3. You might know that name. He's going to be at Ball State playing basketball for James Whitford next year. 2nd and 13 for the Trojans. Ball between the hash marks. Barber will hand it straight ahead. Big hole in there. That was Burke. Ball pops free. They say he was down at the 42. So a 7-yard pickup for Burke on his first carry of the night. And it'll be 3rd down and medium, about 5 yards to go at the 42-yard line. Newcastle ball, Newcastle side of this turf field. Empty backfield now on 3rd down for the quarterback Barber. 3 wideouts across the way, 2 on the near side. Play clock down to 12. He looks to the sideline. Now Barber's got another call. Signals his receivers. Will they put it in the air? Barber waiting on the snap. Now it comes. Short drop. He's in trouble. He's going to be pressured. Nearly sacked. He gets away. Goes back across the field. Cuts it upfield to the 42. No gain on the play. On the scramble. Barber could not get anything. Give him a no gain. It's 4th down. Not much you can do there. Great pressure came from Delta. Newcastle lines up as if they're going to go for it on 4th and 5 at their own 42, trailing 7-0 with 7:35 to go in the first quarter. Empty set again for Barber. He's 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage at his 35. Maybe he'll just pooch punt it. He's going to pooch punt it. It's low, comes down, 33-yard line. Picked up by Levers, who brings it ahead to the 43. We'll take a break. 7:21 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Delta on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints their face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta got a quick play in. Connor Bedwell on an inside run for 4 yards to his own 47-yard line. Bedwell with 2 carries, 13 yards. Early going. Delta with a 7-point lead. Scored on their opening drive on a 1-yard Brady Pease touchdown run. Bedwell will check out. Look out here. Javon Whitfield is in the game. Yeah, the same kid who went 90 yards for a touchdown a couple weeks ago. He's electrifying when he gets his hands on the ball, and he will be in the I-back post right behind quarterback Brady Hunt. Wide men on either side. Case on the near side here in front of the press box. Whitfield fake to him. Sweep right to Garner instead, and 2 defenders are there to put it on him at the Newcastle 49-yard line. Colin Holcomb and Gavin Ridge were there to bump him after a 2-yard gain. They did a nice job stringing that one out. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Ball sitting between the 50 and the 49 on Newcastle's side of the stripe. Eagles need to get it inside the 47 to roll it over. So it's a short 3, a fat 2, if you will. If you get 3, you get the first down. 3 men in the backfield behind Hunt. He'll hand it left side. Garner sweeps it, and he's got enough. Ball comes out at the end. The officials are going to call him down again, and he's going to be very close to a first down. Let's see where they put it down. He's going to be very, very close to the stick, and the officials wave their arms. It's a first down. Delta picks it up. That's a kind spot. First down, Delta. Unofficially, their 4th of the game. So they'll get a fresh 4 snaps with 5:40 to go first quarter in a 7-0 game. Delta out in front, threatening to make it 2 scores. Now from the double wing, Whitfield behind Hunt. They're going to give it to Whitfield. Breaks into the secondary. He's got another first down all the way to the 26-yard line. 21-yard pickup. Or 11-yard pickup. They're going to put him down at the 34. So Whitfield with his first gain of the night. 5th first down by Delta. Going to give him 13 yards on that carry. Whitfield is super quick. Jet sweep right side. Garner hit in the backfield. Breaks 2 tackles. Struggles forward to the 29. Great job of evading the Newcastle defenders in the backfield. Well, I'll tell you what, that should have been a loss, but Garner did a great job with escapability. Took it to the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 4.
2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles. 4 carries, 56 yards early in the game for Zach Garner unofficially. Spencer St. John in the game. He'll wide up. Way across the way, wide left on 2nd and 6. Inside handoff. This time Whitfield hit near the line of scrimmage. Nice solo tackle by Spears. That was a gain of 2 for Whitfield. It'll be 3rd and medium for Delta. 4:05 to go first quarter. Delta 7, Newcastle nothing. This is exact medium distance. 3rd and 5. Balmy night. Eagles huddle. They break it. Here they come. Ball on the near hash as they move left to right. St. John wide near side. Hunt to throw. Hits the slant. It's complete. Galen Case has it, and he takes it to the 19-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain and a first down for Delta. Nice catch by Case. It's another first down for Delta. 6 of them on the night for the Eagles, and they're in the red zone again at the Newcastle 19. Ball right in the middle of this field. Man wide either side. Case wide near side. Sweep left. Wooden looks for room. Cuts it upfield. A flag goes flying in at the point of attack after a short gain on a jet sweep. Probably another penalty against Delta. We'll wait for the signal. The flag sitting right at the 19, the line of scrimmage. Holding against Delta.
The call against the Eagles.
That one will hurt.
From the spot of the foul remains first down.
Second penalty of the night against the Eagles. They'll pick up the hanky and march him back quite a bit. This is a big one all the way back to the 29. That'll make it 1st and 20. Levers will check in with a play call for Hunt as he huddles his guys up. Now they break it. Coming here to the near side, a couple of wideouts. Gilland is split. He's got Levers in the slot. Let's see if they throw it. Nope, they're going to sweep it right. Coming to the point of attack. Good cut up field to the 30, down to the 26. Another carry by Garner. Another flag comes flying in. That could be another one against Delta. Let's wait and see. It is going to be against Delta.
For the Trojans.
It's going to wipe off about a 10-yard gain. We'll wait for the referee. Holding against Delta again.
Illegal block here at the back.
They'll talk it over with Nick Greaser, the captain of the defense. He says, Coach, are we moving it back or are we leaving it there? You got to move it back. You can't give them that kind of yardage. So here we go again. Delta with their 3rd penalty. It's the only thing they've done wrong is break the rules. The ball will come all the way back to the Newcastle 39.5-yard line. So if you're Delta, you've got a down and distance problem here. It's first down inside the 30, about the 39-yard line, just inside the 40, but you need the 9. 30 yards to go. Hunt going to drop, throw a deep ball in the end zone. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught for a touchdown. Terrific catch. Levers somehow fought off the defender for the touchdown. Wow. Unbelievable. A 40-yard touchdown from Hunt to Levers. 13-0 Delta. Great catch by Levers to get it in the end zone. The defender was right there and just couldn't find the ball. Stanley on to try his 2nd PAT of the night. Good snap and hold. There goes the kick. Plenty of leg. It's good. 2:29 to go in the first quarter. Delta has exploded again. It's the Eagles 14, Newcastle nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta drives 57 yards for a score on 1st and 30. They got a touchdown on a throw from Hunt to Levers. Kick was good. Here's the kickoff. It's high, short, taken around the 16-yard line and brought this way. Looks like Bumblelow. He's in trouble. He's zigzagging all over trying to save his own life. And a Delta convoy meets him at the 23-yard line. That was Bumblelow, and the Ball State alum in me says, just don't hurt him. We need him in basketball next year for the next 4 or 5. So the Trojans will start this drive at their own 23, trailing 14-0. Delta's offense has looked great. Newcastle's offense has not. Bumbleow wide here on the near side on 1st and 10. From the pistol, one running back there with Barber to his left. He's got the snap, has time, now flushed, rolling near side, throws it down the sideline, incomplete. Trying to hit Bumbleow, couldn't do it.
Cody Howard on the coverage for the Eagles.
2nd and 10. Delta has had a fantastic first quarter. They took the opening kickoff, drove 69 yards for a touchdown. That was a shorty, a 1-yard run by Pease. The second drive, 57 yards, and they got 40 of those on a 1st and 30 throw from Hunt to Levers. Newcastle needs to get something going here late first quarter. Time to throw here, short, complete to Bumbleow to around the 27. He spun out of bounds by the defender. That was Howard on the stop. Gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd down. Bumbleow with his second catch. 2 out of 3 to open the night by Barber, but only for a net 1 yard. 3rd and a fat 7. 2 wideouts, near side, 3 far side. Empty backfield for the quarterback Barber with a $1:38 to go. Here comes the blitz. He's under pressure. He rolls right, throws the ball downfield. It's got to be intercepted. The 42-yard line. Gillen's got it. A flag goes flying in on the tackle on the interception by Gillen. Gillen picks him off. That's his 3rd interception of the season. Flag is going to be against Delta. They're going to call holding. But is it on the return after the interception? It looks like it is. I think the pick is going to stand. The penalty came on the return. Let's see him iron it out here. 1st down for Delta. So the infraction was on the return. It's going to be a costly one. It takes it all the way back to the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10. Delta at the Newcastle 33. 1:27 to go in the first quarter. The Eagles lead by 14. They look for more. St. John wide here, way out, split right on the near side. It's a handoff straight ahead to Whitfield. Spins out of one tackle. Can't avoid the next one, but he takes it ahead for a healthy gain to the 27-yard line. So they're going to give him a fat 6-yard gain. Whitfield with 3 carries for 21 yards here early in the game. Minute 3, clock running here in the first quarter as Delta drives again for a potential score. From the 27 in Newcastle territory, Whitfield gets the call again. He's up near the stick, but he's going to be just short of a 1st down. He needed 4, he got 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. Rushing game has been healthy for Delta again tonight. This may be the final play of the opening period. Ball sitting at the 24-yard line. Delta needs a yard. They'll sneak it straight ahead with Brady Hunt. He's got plenty enough for the 1st down. Takes it to the 22-yard line. And that's a gain of 2 and a Delta 1st down. And that's going to be it in the opening quarter. Unless they hurry, and they're not going to. Delta's going to go to the sideline and say that's enough. We've gotten through the first quarter here in Henry County. It's been all Delta so far after 1 quarter. Delta 14, Newcastle nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Neal Field in Newcastle. We set the clock with a fresh 12 minutes. We're set to go. Delta with a couple of touchdowns in the opening period. Scoring drives of 69 and 57 yards. One short touchdown on the ground by Pease. One long touchdown through the air from Hunt to Levers. That, by the way, was Levers' third touchdown catch of the year. So we flip the field. Delta moving right to left, north to south now at the Newcastle 22-yard line. Hunt, hands off, sweep left side. Good job by the Newcastle defense to limit Westwood to a couple of yards. Spears and Greaser were there to stop him. It's going to be a gain of about 2 yards for Wooden.
Second down, Eagles.
Delta has only thrown the ball 3 times in the game. Most of their snaps have been on the ground. They'll have it 2nd and 8 at the Newcastle 21. Man far side, wide right is Dalen Case. Here on the near side, it's Cameron Levers. Hunt, hands straight ahead. No running room at all that time into the interior defense up front. Bedwell got the carry, a tough yard if that, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
And now it is 3rd down.
3rd and 8. They're going to say Bedwell got 0. Let's see what the Eagles do. That was a really nice play up front that time defensively by the interior defense for Newcastle. 3rd and 8. The Trojan 21. Quick throw in the slant. It's through the hands of Levers, incomplete. He was thinking end zone. He's got to catch it first. Did not wrap it up. That'll bring up 4th down. Levers couldn't haul it in.
4th down and 9 for the Eagles.
So what do you do here if you're Delta? Do you try a field goal? Do you go for it? Stanley has enough leg. He's got a 30-yard field goal to his credit. They're going to line up and kick it. Line of scrimmage, the 38-yard attempt. Right foot kicker on the near hash. Left to right angle. The snap, the kick. It's high. It's deep. It's going to be good. Stanley gets a 38-yard field goal, but a flag sitting right where the center would have been. It's going to be roughing the kicker on top of it. Wow. Well, Stanley hits the field goal. What do you do here? Do you take the points off the board and keep going, or you say, give me the points and assess it on the kickoff? We'll wait for the referee. Personal foul against Newcastle, roughing the kicker. They're going to take the points off the board and keep the ball, and it'll be a 1st down by penalty. That was a beautiful kick by Stanley. I can say that being an ex-kicker from a family of kickers. That penalty is going to take the ball all the way to the 10-yard line. That's the first penalty of the night. Turns out to be a big one. That hurts Newcastle big time.
Outside the 10-yard line, 1st down and 10.
So, from just outside the 10, about the 11, Delta can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. Hunt rolling right, throwing to the end zone. He's got a man. It's tipped in the air. It's caught for a touchdown. 2 or 3 men tipped it before it was pulled out of the air. Spencer St. John on the tip drill. Boy, that makes it look awful good, taking 3 off and putting 6 up. It's 20-0 Delta. That's an 11-yard touchdown from Hunt through the pinball machine to St. John. Now on to try the PAT is Stanley. Unbelievable. Snap and kick are good. Did he hook it? He just got it inside the left upright.
PAT for the Eagles.
Stanley adds the 21st point. It's turning into a rout. 10:20 to go, second quarter. Delta 21, Newcastle nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Senior night has turned into a disaster early for Newcastle. They trail Delta 21-0. On to kickoff again. Stanley, the approach, the boot, high, short. It'll come down around the 28-yard line. Taken upfield by a short man. I think that might be Cheshire again as he takes it up to around the 37-yard line. Delta has had the ball 3 times. They've scored all 3. Does that sound familiar? Sounds like the Shelbyville game. So Newcastle with pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at their own 38-yard line.
Ball at the 38-yard line. First down and 10.
3 wideouts near side. 1 running back behind Barber. And let's see what happens here. Barber calls for the snap after looking at the defense. Handoff straight ahead to Burke. Breaks to the outside. Sheds a tackle. Down the sideline and out of bounds near midfield. They'll spot him at the 37. He's going to be about a yard short on a nice piece of running by Burke, their top rusher.
On the carry, second down and 1.
Burke with a gain of 9. 2 carries, 16 yards on the ground for him. 2nd and 1. Delta jumped offside. The end across the way on the far side. That looks like it might be Wes Wooden who walked it up. Nope, it's not Wes Wooden. Let me get you a number on that one. Grant Simpson. It's a first down by penalty, the first one of the night for Newcastle. Too many penalties. 5 in the game for Delta. That's their only blemish. So a fresh 4 downs for Newcastle at the Delta 48-yard line. 10:07 second quarter. Trojans trailing it big, 21-0. Play action. Rolling left. Now throwing. Ball is knocked into the air. Deflected, incomplete. Barber exchanges words with Pease. That's not a fight you want to get in. Let me tell you.
Second down and 10.
Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Barber's tough, but not Brady Pease tough. I'm here to tell you, that would be a mismatch. 2nd and 10. 3 wide here on the near side, 1 wide far. That's the left. Now the play clock at 10, and the quarterback Barber temporarily steps out, looks to the sideline. He's back waiting on the snap. Takes it. Handoff. Sweep this way. That's Burke looking for a block. Can't find much running room. He got back to the line of scrimmage. He met 3 or 4 Delta defenders. Sutherland was there. Levers was there. Wooden was there. Lots of guys. Mason Hunt was there. They're going to give him about 2 yards on forward progress, and that's fair. I agree. Not that it matters whether I agree. But a gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 8 yards to go for Newcastle at the Delta 46. They need to get it inside the Delta 38. 9:20 to go, second quarter in a 21-0 game. Delta already out in front by 3 scores. Sutherland with his ears peeled back. Here comes the sweep near side. They give it to Bumbelow, who takes it to the 45, runs into about 4 tacklers wearing white. Hunt was there. Sutherland again. Wooden again. 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th down. Newcastle has had real trouble running the ball. 4th down, 6 yards to go. The ball sitting just outside the Delta 44, right here in front of me on the near side of the stadium, right in front of the Newcastle bench. Kyle York looking for some magic. Triple wideouts to the far side. That's the left. Empty backfield for Barber, who takes the ball. Here comes the blitz. Sutherland hits him as he throws. It's up in the air, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Cheshire was the intended receiver around the 21-yard line, but Gilland was there to break it up for Delta, and Delta takes it over on downs. Barber came in having a pretty good year, but tonight, not so good. 2 out of 5 through the air for a net 1 yard. Delta gets the ball for the 4th time now in the game at their own 44. Eagles have scored in a variety of ways, and with 8:25 to go before this senior night halftime, they've got a chance to do it again. Case wide here on the near side. Man in motion is Garner. They'll give it straight ahead on the misdirection. Bedwell with a tough couple of yards before he's dropped for a short gain, about 2 yards that time, and a nice job defensively by Trenton Williams, the defensive end from Newcastle. 2-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 8. So Bedwell, 4 carries, 15 yards, unofficially to make it 2nd and a short 8. 2 wide right, 1 wide left, man in motion is Wooden. Jet sweep to him, has a gap inside the 50, down around the 47. He'll be short of the first down on a gain of 6 yards. Wooden got close but didn't quite get enough. It'll be 3rd and short.
And it is now 3rd down.
2 yards to go for the Eagles. Right on the left hash as they move it right to left, north to south. Leading 21-0. You hear the gong sound effect toning in the background. Line of scrimmage, the Newcastle 48-yard line. Hunt hands it straight ahead. 1st down yardage and more on the interior run by Bedwell. Bedwell down at the 45 on a gain of 3 and another Delta 1st down. Bedwell has been the breadwinner so far on the ground. 5 carries, 18 yards. Unofficially, 12 first downs in the game for Delta, and as the clock continues to roll at 6:45 of the 2nd quarter, the Eagles get a fresh 4 downs, leading by 3 touchdowns already. Levers will go wide right. That could be single coverage there. Watch out. St. John here on the near side. Hunt drops. He's going to throw deep down the middle. Levers is there. He's got it. I told you, single coverage. It was as obvious as the nose on your face. Good all the way to the 12-yard line.
Gavin Ridge on the stop for the Trojans. 1st down, Eagles.
33-yard strike. Levers with another catch. 2 big ones, 40 and 33. 1st and 10. Delta ball at the Newcastle 12. Middle of the 2nd quarter, Delta leading 21-0. Man in motion is Garner. They'll sweep it with him. Goes right side, looks for a block at the 10. Can't get one. Cuts inside one man. Bumped out of bounds around the 5-yard line.
Run to the right side.
We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to give him the 7-yard line. It is the 7, so we're going to give him about 4 or 5 yards on that carry for Garner.
Get 4, 2nd down and 6.
New play comes into the huddle. Gillen brought it in. He'll split wide left, way over here near the numbers. Other side, it's going to be, looks like Case. Hunt under center, now a whistle and a timeout taken by Delta.
Timeout, Delta.
First timeout of the night taken by the Eagles. We'll take the break with them. 6:03 to go before halftime. It's Delta 21, Newcastle nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the game, and coming out of the spot, touchdown Delta on a Garner run of 8 yards. Zach took it up the right tackle on a misdirection give for a touchdown for Delta, and they're running away. They score on the 4th straight possession, exactly 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Stanley on to try another kick. Schweer's got it on the tee. It's up, it's short, but it's just going to crawl over. Good. Stanley hits his 4th straight PAT. We'll take another break. 6 minutes to go before halftime here in Newcastle. The round is on. Delta 28, Newcastle nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're halfway through the second quarter on the nail. 6 minutes to go, and Delta has another score. 8-yard run for Garner. Stanley with the kick, 28-0 game. Stanley has it teed up on the X at the 40-yard line right in front of us. Thanks for letting me own your ears for a while. Delta playing great. Stanley's kick this time is going to be long toward the corner. It'll hit inside the 5, roll into the end zone for a touchback. Newcastle will take the ball for the 4th time, trailing in this one by 4 scores. Delta's playing great tonight. Newcastle having some trouble getting anything sustained. They'll go back to work, though. A lot of game left. Anything can happen. Ball sitting at the Newcastle 20-yard line. Barber still in at quarterback, in the pistol, empty backfield. Now Burke will go back and line up behind him. Twins wide here on the near side. Long count. Barber's got it. He'll hand ahead to Burke, who goes straight through the line to the linebackers to the secondary for about 8 yards, maybe 9.
Mason Hunt on the
And put him down at the 29, a 9-yard pickup. Second and short. See if they throw it here. 1 running back, 2 wideouts. Play action. Rolling this way. Quarterback keeper. He's smashed in the backfield. Tackle for a loss by Mason Hunt. Told you in the pregame about that fine linebacker. He's on pace for a 100 tackle season. It's a 3-yard loss to make it 3rd and 5. No chance on that one for Barber. Hunt got him big time. See if they throw on 3rd and 5. Back at their 25. Newcastle trying to get something untracked. Now they overload the far side of the field with 3 wideouts. No running backs. Quick throw to the flat. Caught. It's going to be good, maybe for the first down. Nice catch by Cheshire, and they're going to give him just enough for the first down. They needed 5. He got 6.
first down.
So Cheshire with his first catch of the night. Newcastle has only its second first down of the night. The first one came on a Delta penalty. First and a fresh 4 downs to go at the Newcastle 31-yard line. Delta 28, Trojans nothing. Didn't expect this. We'll see what the Trojans do from here on out. They could get hot and get on a roll. 3 wide here on the near side. That's the right. Empty set. Barber has it. Throws here on the slant. Caught by Bumbalow, but no yardage after catch as he's driven back inside the 30-yard line. They're going to give him about 4 yards on the catch before Delta snowed him under.
Trevor Edgerton on the stop.
We'll give him 3. Third catch of the night for Bumbalow. 2nd and 7. 3:48 to go before halftime, and a 28-0 game. Delta out in front. Empty backfield again. 3 wide outs far side for Barber. He's got the ball. Pumps. Fires over the middle. Overthrown and nearly intercepted. Wesley Wooden had it go through his hands right in the middle of the Trojan head logo. Look out if he catches that. That'll bring up 3rd and about 7. 4 out of 10 throwing unofficially for 10 net yards for Newcastle in the entire first half. They'll go empty set again in the backfield. 3 wide outs left. Man in motion is Greaser. He resets in the slot left. Dropping. Time to throw. Deep ball down the middle. There's contact out there. They're probably going to say they didn't think it was catchable. Bumbalow pleading his case. There was contact between Bumbalow and Wesley Wooden, but the ball was really overthrown, and I think that's why they're going to just say incomplete. No one could have caught it. Bumbalow was out there. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 7. Newcastle says, we're going to go. 3 wide left. What do they have to lose? Trailing by 28. They're going to pooch punt it. The quarterback, Barber, hits a forward roller inside the 20. Down around the 15. Delta just says, go ahead and down it. And Newcastle does. At around the 15-yard line. Take a quick break. Delta back with it, leading 28-0 after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
On first down, a handoff. Garner, daylight to the right side. He's got space down the sideline to the 50, to the 40. They knock him out of bounds near the Delta bench, but not until he takes it to around the 33-yard line. That's a 51-yard run by Zach Garner, who has just torn it up on the ground tonight. 7 carries, 120 yards.
Ball at the 37-yard line. First down and 10.
So they're going to give him 5 less. They said he stepped out. Just a little short of that. 46-yard run and a first down Delta. They hand it. Misdirection to Wes Wooden off the left side tackle. Took it ahead for about 5.
Steven Spears on the stop for the Trojans.
So we'll correct the math there on Garner. $115 with a touchdown for Zach Garner. 2nd and 6. Eagles ball at the Newcastle 32. Toss sweep left side. That's to the short side. Javon Whitfield with a carry.
Whitfield, the ball carrier.
Got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and medium. Delta really running the ball well tonight.
Third down.
3rd and 7. Ball sitting right on the left hash and right on the Newcastle 34. Healthy 7 yards to go to convert for the Eagles. Wideouts either side. Hunt drops, throws right side, has a man. Gillen with the catch. It'll be enough for a first down. He takes it down to the 23-yard line. A 10-11 yard gain as Hunt completes the pass to Gilland.
Gavin Ridge on the tackle.
Well, coming off a
Trojans.
300-yard plus
First
game
down and
last
10
week
Eagles.
for Hunt, he looks good again. First down play, handoff, misdirection. That looks like Luke Belangi is going to get a carry.
Luke Belangi on
It's
the
Belangi for the first time tonight, who got
carry.
about,
Spear is on the tackle.
let's see, 4 yards. Quickly going ahead. Throw, near side, tipped, nearly caught twice. It's incomplete. That's an incomplete pass all day.
Pass incomplete.
That'll make it second, make it 3rd and about 5.
The incomplete pass brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what the Eagles do with it. They have a 28-0 lead, 1:08 to go before halftime in the red zone, leading 28-0. Hunt, spin give straight ahead. Tough running inside. They're going to be close to a first down.
Peace on the carry.
Pease pounds it inside. I got maybe a yard less than he needed, depending on the spot
Miller on
here.
the stop for the Trojans.
So it's going to be a gain of just enough for the first down. So give Pease 7 more yards and another Delta first down. I've got him for 16. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Pease again, interior run. Got it inside the 10 to around the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 9.
Timeout. Eagles.
Timeout, Delta. That'll stop the clock with just over 46 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. It's been all Eagles in this one. They've scored early and often. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter on a run by Pease and a pass from Hunt to Levers. 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter. A pass from Hunt to St. John on a circus catch. And then an 8-yard Garner run to close up the scoring. 4 straight PATs by Zach Stanley, and it's 28-zip on senior night. Not a great night to celebrate so far anyway for Newcastle football. Delta looking to go 5-1 overall and looking to stay undefeated in the conference. A win here tonight would get them to 4-0. New Palace very likely to go to 4-0 on their own tonight. So with 46.2 seconds to go before intermission, coming out of the timeout, Delta ready to go. Hunt will bring him up out of the huddle. Pease at I-back. Garner in the slot. Stitt in the slot. Throw near side. It's caught. Dalen Case drives to the end zone.
Pass
Touchdown.
completed to Dalen Case.
Dalen Case
Touchdown.
takes it into the end zone. 8-yard pass for a score. He's got a marker for himself. Wow. Unbelievable
Zach
performance
Stanley to attempt the PAT.
here in the first half. Delta has been fantastic. On to try the extra point. Stanley again. Waiting on the snap and the hold. Here's the kick. A beautiful high, long end over ender and right
Zach
down the
Stanley
middle.
has
Good.
a PAT for
41
Delta.
seconds to go before halftime. It's a rout. It's Delta 35, Newcastle nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the game. Delta scores on its 5th straight possession. That drive, 84 yards. And we're set to go with Delta kicking it away to Newcastle again. High, end over end, deep. Taken at the 8-yard line. Now brought this way. The reverse on the return. To the 15, the 20, the 25, to the outside at the 35, and knocked out of bounds across the way. Bumbleow took the handoff from the other return man, took it all the way out to around the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. Newcastle will have it. They're going to mark him back upfield at the 34 and make it the 33. So insult to injury, not only are you not getting any offensive production to score, you can't even get a kind spot. It's not been the Trojans' night. They have 31.4 seconds to work with. 3 men wide here on the near side. Empty backfield. They'll jet sweep it this way. Hit in the backfield, and Sutherland takes him down. Bumbleow eats a big loss. Wow. All the way back to the 28-yard line. 5-yard loss for Bumbleow. Great play by Sutherland. He's an outstanding defender. He's quick. Guys can't block him. That's at least his 3rd TFL of the season. He had 2 coming in. He's just a great defender. Clock is going to hit zeros. That's going to be it in the first half. We've reached intermission on senior night in Newcastle. Delta is spoiling the party at the break. Delta 35, Newcastle nothing. Back with a halftime show after this timeout on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In Fort Wayne, 2 sisters make a historic splash when they swim their way to a pair of individual state titles.
In Evansville, a boys and girls soccer team becomes state champions in the same year for the same school, claiming their place in Indiana history.
In Bloomington, 12 young men combine their talents, check their egos, and net a basketball state title.
High school sports have provided us with as many inspirational stories as there are towns in Indiana.
In Valparaiso, a gymnastics team scores a perfect season, winning a record 7th state championship for their school in the process.
A football team south of Indianapolis refuses to lose, comes from behind, and runs away with an improbable state title.
What will the story be in your community? High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back. We're at halftime in Newcastle, a 35-0 blowout here in the first half as Delta scored every time it had the ball to go up 5 touchdowns on senior night. This is going to be an extra long senior
Ladies
night.
and gentlemen, for your
The Newcastle
halftime
band is going to play. We're going to let you listen in on that and then come back with some
The
stats
Trojan
here at
marching
halftime.
band.
It's Delta 35, Newcastle nothing. Enjoy the band.
And Andrew Nipp. Field commander is Ethan Anderson. And now we present one of Indiana's finest, the Trojan Marching Band.
That was then popular in Great Britain and Ireland. Baseball became an extremely popular sport during and just after the American Civil War. It was called America's pastime. During the late 19th and 20th century, it was the most widely played sport in the country. Baseball was to that time as video games and television all. Before television, baseball was what kids did after school on the weekends. It was really I see only great things in baseball. It's hard to be American. make it in this country that is truly free until every one of us is free. I'm not concerned with your liking or disliking me. All I ask is that you respect me as a human being. Baseball is just a game as simple as a ball in the bat, yet as complex as the American spirit it symbolizes. I once was asked, why does everybody stand up and sing, "Take Me Out to the Morning," when they're already here? Well, because that's just what we do. Just like baseball, I just get out of the ball, the right pitch will come, and when it does, it's people pay
Nice job by the Newcastle Marching Band to entertain the fans here at halftime. They'll clear the field of all their instruments and their props, and then we'll be on to the rest of senior night. The fall sport athletes who are not football players will get their due here tonight for Newcastle and get to walk out with their parents and get a nice hand of applause. And kids work hard, they deserve it. We're in halftime, 35-0 game. Delta out in front of Newcastle. Delta came in averaging 59 points a game over their last three. They're 2/3 of the way there already. They've been fantastic. We'll take a break, come back to talk about numbers after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I swim for? I swim on my high school team for my mom, who gets up at 5 o'clock every morning to take me to practice.
I swim for hugs from my teammates, spaghetti dinners, and my lucky neon green goggles.
I swim for Coach Murray, who pushes me to dig deep and finish strong.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens.
Most of all, I swim for myself, because I learn more about who I am and who I want to be every time I dive into the pool. That's who I swim for.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Andrew Martin, escorted by Amy Carter and David Martin.
Welcome back to Neal Field in Newcastle. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. So good to have you riding shotgun. What a great game offensively tonight, and really on both sides of the ball for Delta as they lead Newcastle here at halftime, 35-0. First, we'll recap the scoring. It's been all, and I do mean all Eagles. Delta took the opening kickoff, drove the ball 69 yards for a touchdown. A 1-yard run from Brady Pease capped off the drive. Stanley's kick was good at 9:35 of the first. It was Delta 7-0. Eagles scored again late in the first quarter on a 40-yard pass. Brady Hunt to Cameron Levers. It was on a 1st and 30, following 2 Delta penalties, 1st and 30, and they score a touchdown. Kick by Stanley was good. With 2:29 left in the first quarter, it was 14-0 Eagles. That's where the period came to an end. 3 touchdowns by the Eagles in the second quarter. 11-yard pass from Hunt to Spencer St. John. The ball was thrown about 5 yards from the sideline in the end zone. It hit a Delta receiver and a Newcastle defender, pinballed toward the sideline. St. John was standing right there. Mr. Lucky snagged it out of the air. Stanley added the kick. 10:20 to go, first half. 21-0 Eagles. Delta scored again, exactly halfway through the period at the 6-minute mark. An 8-yard touchdown run by Zach Garner. Stanley's kick again good. With 6 minutes to go before halftime, it was 28-0 Eagles. And then right before halftime, the Eagles wasted no time. They took the ball down the field. They took it in the end zone. 8 yards on the pass from Hunt to Case. Stanley's kick was good. And that made it Delta 35, Newcastle nothing, with just over 41 seconds to go in the half, and that capped off a beautiful 84-yard drive, the longest one of the night for the Eagles offense. So they've scored long, they've scored short, they've scored through the air, they've scored on the ground. It's been all Delta in this one. They're on their way to 5-1 and 4-0 if they can just make this stand up. And it looks like, barring a major turnaround, Newcastle's going to go to 4-2 and 2-2 in the league. But a lot of strange things have happened in the history of football. Ask Frank Reich if big turnarounds are possible. He'll tell you. We're going to take another break, come back, recap the unofficial stats right after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Neal Field. Brian Beaver along with you. Quick recap of the unofficial first half stats. For Delta, Hunt passing 6 out of 9, 113 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's hit on throws to 4 receivers. Gilland with a catch for 11 yards. Levers with 2 catches for 73, including a 40-yard touchdown. Case 2 catches for 18 yards, including a touchdown. St. John a catch for 11 yards and a touchdown. In the running game, Garner has carried 7 times for 100 and let me do a quick math here, 119 yards, I believe, in that neighborhood. Hunt a carry for 2. Bedwell 5 carries for 18. Wooden 5 carries for 30. Whitfield 5 carries for 24. Pease 2 carries for 8 yards and 1-yard touchdown. Belangi a carry for 5 yards. So Delta has been dominant. They've spread it around just like they've done all year. On the Trojan side of the field, Barber 4 of 9 throwing unofficially, 10 yards total, an interception, his first of the year. Catching, Cheshire 1 for 6 yards, Bumbelow the other 3 for a net of 4. Rushing, almost non-existent. Barber 2 for -3. Bumbelow 2 for -3. Burke 4 for 27. It's been a Delta onslaught from the opening play of the game. Major work to do for Newcastle. Lucky for them, they won the toss and deferred. They're going to get the ball to start things here in the third quarter. One more break. Back with the opening play of the third quarter after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
In Fort Wayne, 2 sisters make a historic splash when they swim their way to a pair of individual state titles.
In Evansville, a boys and girls soccer team become state champions in the same year for the same school, claiming their place in Indiana history.
In Bloomington, 12 young men combine their talents, check their egos, and net a basketball state title.
High school sports have provided us with as many inspirational stories as there are towns in Indiana.
In Valparaiso, a gymnastics team scores a perfect season, winning a record 7 state championship for their school in the process.
A football team south of Indianapolis refuses to lose, comes from behind, and runs away with an improbable state title.
What will the story be in your community? High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
How do you like my new walk-up song for men's baseball? Oh, wait a minute. Too old for that anyway, and it wouldn't be this if I were still swinging it. We're ready for the start of the second half here at Neal Field. Well, I wish I could still play. Delta out in front, 35-0. They appear headed on their way to their 5th win of the year. Big work to do for Drew Barber and his offense. We'll see if they can just put one. You know, you get to this point in the game and you're getting your teeth kicked in and your coach says, let's just put one drive together, get a score. Let's see what happens. We're going to play series by series. Let's see what happens. You just don't give up. Too many quirky things have happened over the years to give up at this point in the football game, but it would be the comeback of the year in Indiana high school football if Delta loses this game and Newcastle somehow wins it. Zach Stanley is going to tee it up here on the 40-yard line. A little bit more of a breeze blowing here at the stadium now. We've had sultry, muggy weather tonight. In fact, the wind just blew the ball off the tee. He'll notice that eventually. The official's trying to get his attention. Hey, son, put it back on the tee. There he goes. Delta will defend the north goal here in the second half in the third quarter. Newcastle will defend the south goal. 2 men waiting on the kickoff for Newcastle at around the 10. Here comes Stanley's approach, the kick, and we're underway. A beautiful high end over end. Here the near sideline. It pins the return man at the 12, and he has to dive on the ball. That's a live ball, and Bumbalo got it a step before a Delta defender closed in. Terrible field position for the Trojans to open this part of the ball game, and I hope Bumbalo's not hurt. He's okay. Coach Whitford, it's okay. He's all right. It's okay. Ball State basketball recruit. So the 14-yard line is where this drive begins to open the third quarter for the Trojans. You know, when it rains, it pours, and the negative plays for Newcastle have just been a gully washer tonight. Burke, the only running back behind Barber. Wideouts all over the field. Handoff straight ahead. Barber gives it to Burke, and he barrels his way out across the 15 to about the 19.
West on the stop for the Eagles.
They're going to give him a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. 3 wideouts, far side. That's the left side of the formation as the quarterback, Barber, looks over the defense. Play clock at 15. Waiting on the snap. Taking his time. Burke next to him. Going to throw it. Deep ball down the near sideline. Bumbalo's out there. Complete. Takes it all the way to the 45-yard line. Gain of 18 yards for Bumbalo. Through the air. Nice ball that time. Nice throw by Barber. That's more like it. Third first down of the game for Newcastle. First of the second half. By comparison, Delta was 16 before halftime. On 1st and 10. At the 45-yard line, ball on the near hash here on the right side of the field for the Trojans, driving it left to right across your computer. Quarterback gives straight ahead to Burke. He barrels his way up to midfield. Brady Pease and Mason Hunt, the dynamic duo linebackers there to put him down right on the midfield stripe. A gain of 5.
Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5, Trojans.
A couple of great tacklers there who've been playing linebacker together for a long, long time in Delta football. 2 of the best. 2nd and 5, right at midfield on the Trojan head logo. Barber with a running back to his left. That's Burke. He's going to throw. Caught. A slant. Cheshire has enough for the first down. He takes it to the Delta 40-yard line.
Another Trojan first down.
10-yard gain. Nice catch and run by Cheshire. Another first down for the Trojans. This drive began way back at their 13. They aren't waiting long at all. They want to come back and try to win. That's how you play the game. 3 wideouts here near side. Barber. Delta showing blitz. Here they come. Handoff straight inside. Perfect call. Bouncing to the outside. Burke to the 30, to the 20. He's hauled down from behind. 20-yard pickup. Beautiful run by Burke. The running game coming alive. That was the perfect call for the run blitz. It's a first down for the Trojans. 3 of them in this drive. They've taken it all the way to the Delta 20. They began at their own 13. 1st and 10. 3 wideouts near side. That's the right side. Trojans trying to get on the board and break the bagel. Barber waiting on the snap, 5 yards behind the center. He's got it. Quick throw here near side. It's deflected and short, incomplete. Looked like Nate Sutherland might have gotten his hands on that to knock it down. It was intended for Cheshire. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Opening drive of the second half. Delta leading 35-0, and now the Trojans have it in the Delta red zone at the 20. 2nd and 10. Show blitz again, does Delta. Here's the snap. Handoff straight ahead. They blitz, but Burke manages to bounce away from Hunt, but then a pile of white and blue buries him. They're going to give him a loss of 1. That was great penetration by Hunt to blow up the play. Mason Hunt.
3rd down and 11.
It's a -1 for Burke and 3rd and long. 21-yard line. See if the Eagles can keep the shutout. 3 wideouts to the right. 1 on the line, 2 in the slot. 1 running back next to Barber. They'll fake to him. He rolls left, throws. It's caught. Diving catch and a beauty at about the 8-yard line. Bumbalo with a 13-yard hookup.
And
it's a first down.
First down.
1st and goal. This drive opened at the Newcastle 13. The ball now sitting at the Delta 8-yard line. Trojans look like a different team here in the second half. Trying to get it in the end zone for the first time, trailing 35-0. Barber in the pistol again. Play action. Throws to the near pylon in the front corner. Caught. Touchdown. Luke Bumbalo with the diving catch just inside the end zone near the front pylon. And Newcastle is on the board. Beautiful catch and throw from Barber to Bumbalo for the score. And Newcastle will try to tack on the PAT. Beautiful drive by the Trojans. Skylar Sevenson on to try the kick. He has a nice leg. Kick is up, nearly blocked. It's good. 8:11 to go in the third quarter. Newcastle has broken the ice. It's Delta 35, Trojan 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. A great drive by Newcastle. They took it 87 yards to pay dirt. Their first score of the game to make it 35-7. Let's see how Delta answers back. Here's the approach and the kick. It's a pooch onside kick high. Delta will catch it at their 40-yard line. Really well done. One of the frontline players dropped back to field it. That was Cole Gruel, who went to get it, made the play. 1st and 10 Delta. They'll put it down at the Eagle 39. Delta has had pretty good field position most of this night. 1st and 10 Eagles at their 39. 8:11 of the third quarter. Wide men either side, man in motion, fake handoff sweep. It's inside on the misdirection. That's going to be Bedwell again, out near the stick. Depending on where they mark his forward progress, it's going to be a gain of 9 to the 48.
Steven Spear is on the stop for the Trojans.
Bedwell's a good-looking running back. Kid can play.
Dylan Beck also in on the stop.
Good running backs, something Chris Overholt has in abundance this year. Last 2 years, it was Charlie left, Charlie right, Charlie middle, the great Charlie Spiegel. He's gone. And they're getting about that much on the ground game now. They're just doing it with 6, 7, 8 guys doing it instead of 1. 2nd and 1. Good down to throw on. Middle of the field at the Delta 48. Wide men on either side. Hunt's just going to sneak it in the big 6'5 quarterback. Pushes across midfield.
For the Eagles.
He got 4 yards. First down.
Derek Gambonette on the tackle. First down, Eagles.
17 first downs unofficially for Delta. They get 4 new snaps. First and 10 at the Newcastle 49. 2 wideouts, 1 either side. Double wing. Hunt under center. The snap, the give straight ahead to the eye back. That's Bedwell again. He cashes that in for about 5 yards to the 30, make it the 44.
Nicholas Greaser on the
5-yard gain. Greaser with the stop for Newcastle.
Gain of 5, second down at 5, Eagles.
Bedwell unofficially 7 carries, 32 yards. 7 different Delta Eagles have carries tonight. It's how diverse they've become. They've gone from one-dimensional great to multifaceted great. 2nd and 5. Hunt wants to throw. Got a man down the sideline. Deep ball out there. It's going to be caught. Taken to the end zone. The bomb works again. 44 yards. Hunt to Levers. Delta's in the end zone again. Unbelievable. DB got beat. Couldn't find the ball. Wow. Levers is putting on a show on these long balls. 3 catches. Big time. 117 yards, 2 TDs. Looking for .42. Delta smells it with Zach Stanley, Mr. Reliable. Kick on the way. It looks good. It is good. That didn't take long. Minute 59 on the drive. Delta 42. Newcastle 7. Back with more after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
You'll see adversity tackled and obstacles overcome. You'll be energized by the thrill of triumph or moved to tears by a sudden crushing defeat. You'll feel a surge of adrenaline. You'll feel like you're on top of the world. You'll experience it all as you watch the Indianapolis Colts compete for another Super Bowl title.
Sure, but you can also experience it by attending a high school sporting event in your community. Your local high school sports teams and the Indianapolis Colts really do have a lot in common. They give communities a chance to come together, to cheer for the home team. They give us a chance to be part of something truly special, but only if we give them our support. Back to you, Mr. Announcer Guy.
The IHSAA and your Indianapolis Colts, bringing communities together. The Indianapolis Colts are proud sponsors of the IHSAA State Football Tournament.
Yard line.
Welcome back to the ball game. The kickoff was allowed to come down. Bumblelow had to pick it up on the run. He juked about 5 guys, but couldn't take it very far, and Newcastle will have to settle for their own 15-yard line to start this drive. They started their last drive at the 13 and went the distance. 87 yards. Let's see if they can do it again. First down, 1 running back, wideouts all over the field. Handoff is straight ahead. Burke battles his way forward to about the 20.
Run up the middle for the Trojans.
They're going to give him a 4-yard gain.
Mason Hunt on the stop along with Evan Conley.
2nd and 6 at the 21. Ball here on the right hash. Barber with 1 running back and 3 receivers waiting on him to distribute the ball. He's going to hand it straight ahead to Burke ahead, who made a couple men miss inside, but then got buried. Going to be a short gain of about 2, maybe 3. Grant Simpson was there wearing 44 for the stop along with Pease. 3rd and about 3. Barber waiting on the ball on the pistol. Plenty of play clock left. It's only down to 16. He looks to the sideline, gets a few more words of instruction. Wideouts scattered all over. They'll hand it ahead to Burke. drives his way around the 31-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. He needed 5. He got 10. Nice job by Burke.
And that is a Trojan first down.
Only the 5th first down of the second half and the 7th of the game unofficially for Newcastle, and one of those came on a Delta penalty. So first down, a fresh 4 for the Trojans as they move it left to right at their own 31, trailing 42-7 with 4:35 to go third quarter. Thanks for sticking around tonight. Here's a quick throw in the flat, incomplete. Trying to hit a man from the slot. Ball was wing underthrown, incomplete. Regal was the intended receiver. Didn't have a chance. Trojans have thrown the ball 15 times tonight. They have not had a lot of success. 2nd and 10. Barber with Burke to his left. Drops under pressure, wants to throw, steps up, throws it deep. It's a jump ball out here. Bumbelow can't get it. Gillen was in front of him. Bumbelow pushed on his head getting up. Gillen didn't appreciate that. The official let it go. Incomplete. Should have been an interception. Bumbelow did a nice job breaking that up, playing DB at wideout. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Bumbelow, a fantastic basketball player. He'll be a Ball State Cardinal for James Whitford. On 3rd and 10, 3 wide left, 2 wide right, empty backfield for Barber. Delta likes to blitz on these occasions. They don't this time. Quick throw, left side, caught. Not going to be enough for the first down, though. He took it to the 37-yard line. Catch that time was by Regal. Regal comes up. Wait, it's Roosh instead. Roosh. He got 6 yards. 4th down. Trojans look like they're going to go. If they do what they've done before, they'll just snap it to their quarterback in the pistol, and he'll pooch punt it. The line of scrimmage at the 37-yard line. No one deep for Delta at all. They don't expect the punt. They don't care. He's going to throw it instead out here in the flat. Caught. Bumbelow's got it. He's going to be near the marker. I think he got just enough. He did get just enough. 7-yard gain on a throw from Barber to Bumbelow. Another first down for Newcastle. Bumbelow with his 7th catch of the night to keep the drive going. 1st and 10, Trojans at their own 44. Barber back to throw it again. Rolling this way, under pressure. Time to throw, though. It's along the sideline, a diving attempt. They're going to mark it good. Terrific catch by Cheshire. Diving catch on the near sideline. 15-yard hookup. Another first down for Newcastle. That was a great catch by Cheshire. That's his 3rd ball of the night. Another first down for the Trojans, who have driven it from their 15 to the Delta 41. 3:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. 42-7, Delta out in front. Empty backfield again for Barber. He's Mr. Lonely. Dangerous territory for a QB. Takes the ball. Quick throw here near side. Jumping catch again. Nice grab by Bumbelow. Here on the sideline. No rack, run after catch. Just a 5-yard snap throw. Well done from Barber out to Bumbelow. That's 4 straight completions now for Barber to make it 2nd and 5 at the Delta 36. Clock rolling down under 2.5 to play, 3rd quarter. Barber with the ball. Here comes the rush. There goes the pass over the middle. It's nearly intercepted. It went through the hands of Cheshire, in and out of the hands twice of Wooden. He looks at the sky, and here's the body language. Oh, that one, he knew it should have been a pick. Just an incomplete throw. That breaks up the string by Barber, who had hit 4 in a row. Make it 3rd and 5. Newcastle at the Delta 36-yard line. 3 wide left, 2 wide right. No one home with Barber the QB. Here comes the blitz. Quick throw, left side. It's caught but then dropped on a nice stick by the DB. Garner just put it in the ribs of Rouge, who briefly had it in his hands before he took a shot in the back. It's an incomplete pass and 4th down. Tough play to hold on to at the high school level. Trojans look like they're going to go again on 4th and 5. They are going to go from the Delta 36-yard line, trailing 42-7. 2:16 of the 3rd quarter. Trips left this time. That's far side. Barber drops, looking right, flushed. He's going to take it upfield himself. Keeps it to the 30, 25, blocked to the 20, fights his way to the 15 and knocked out of bounds. Terrific play to pick up the 1st down. Barber kept it, cut it upfield, took it all the way to the 16. Nicely done by Barber on the keeper. 1st down for the Trojans is their 8th of the 2nd half, the 10th of the game. They're inside the Delta red zone at the Eagle 16-yard line. Ball in the near hash. Final 2:07 of the 3rd quarter. Barber waiting on the snap. Here it comes. Looks right, throws right. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage. One of the Delta linemen got a big paw on that one. Might have been Sutherland. It's incomplete and 2nd down. .204 left in the 3rd quarter. Trojans scored on their 1st drive of the 2nd half. They're trying to do it again on their 2nd drive of period number 3. Trailing by a bunch, 42-7, but still fighting. That's a good sign for Coach York and his guys. Empty backfield again. Trips wide left. Double wide right. Looking left, throwing left. Caught. Bumbelow has it. Jukes his way to the 10. Tries to jump over a man. Takes it to the 9. That's going to be good for 7 yards. They didn't get it all, but they got a nice chunk. Bumbelow with another catch. He's come alive here. 9 catches in the game now for Bumbelow. He only had 3 in the 1st half. Make it 3rd at about 4 yards to go. They'll mark the ball at the Delta 9-yard line.
Ball at the 9-yard line. 3rd down at 3.
See if the Trojans can convert in the final 90 seconds of the 3rd period. 3 men wide right, 2 wide left. And again, no one home to protect the quarterback, Barber. Anything goes wrong, he's in trouble. Waiting on the ball. He's got it. Rolling right, under pressure. He's going to be hit in the backfield, but he gets away. Runs it to the 10. Runs it down to the 6-yard line. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Wow. He may have gotten it. Going to really be close. He's going to be about a half-yard shy. Wow. Terrific job getting away from what should have been a sack or a TFL in the backfield. Wow. Barber ran for his life. Got a timeout on the field. Got to be a timeout. Delta. We'll take a break. 42 seconds to go. 3rd quarter. Delta 42, Newcastle 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brian Beaver back with you from Neal Field in Newcastle. Coming out of the Delta defensive timeout. It's going to be 4th and a yard for Newcastle at the 7-yard line in Delta territory. They need the 6 to roll the flags over here and move the sticks again and make it a 1st and goal. So let's see what the Trojans do on 4th down. A must-make for them here from the Delta 7. Ball on the near hash. That's the short side here, and now a flag, a dead ball flag, and it's going to be offside against Delta. That's a big mistake.
Offside call against the Eagles.
Delta commits the sin.
And that will give the Trojans a 1st down.
It's going to cost them. It'll be a first down by penalty for Newcastle. It'll keep the drive alive, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Wow. Delta's 6th penalty of the game. That's the only place they haven't done well. From the pistol. Barber waiting on the ball. Here it comes. Looks left. Throws to the back corner. It's a leaping catch, and Greaser's got it for a touchdown. 3-yard touchdown for Nick Greaser. That's a senior night goodie for him. A 3-yard strike from Barber to Greaser. Touchdown, Newcastle. The senior's first catch of the night. That makes it a 42-13 game. Lining up to kick the extra point. Stevenson has got it up. He hooks it through good.
Skylar Stevenson adds the PAT.
36.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Newcastle has scored both times they've gotten it here after halftime. Delta 42, Newcastle 14 on the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's a 42-14 ball game now. Following the second touchdown of the night by Newcastle, they've been impressive. They've driven the ball 87 yards and 85 yards for touchdowns here in the second half, and they've cut into that lead. Delta led 35-0 at halftime. Here's the approach. A short pooch kick, fair catch, signaled for and taken by Gillen. That should be a flag. You can't touch him, but they let him get away with it. Bumbelow knew he blew it, but the officials let him go. Gillen fair catches the ball, and Delta will get it around their 35-yard line. So they'll spot it at the 32. Delta with the ball and a 42-14 lead on the left hash. Could be the final play of the third quarter. Misdirection, straight ahead give, inside running. Bedwell got about 3 yards to the 35-yard line as they try to strip him.
For the Eagles.
He did a nice job holding on.
Derek Gavanet, the tackle for the Trojans.
Unofficially 8 carries, 35 yards for Connor Bedwell. We'll see if Delta just lets the clock run out. It's got less than 15 on it. Running down. Play clock's at 21. They don't have to snap it, and they're not going to. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with 12 minutes remaining. Delta way out in front. It's the Eagles 42, Newcastle 14 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
In Fort Wayne, two sisters make a historic splash when they swim their way to a pair of individual state titles.
In Evansville, a boys and girls soccer team become state champions in the same year for the same school, claiming their place in Indiana history.
In Bloomington, 12 young men combine their talents, check their egos, and net a basketball state title.
High school sports have provided us with as many inspirational stories as there are towns in Indiana.
In Valparaiso, a gymnastics team scores a perfect season, winning a record 7 state championship for their school in the process.
A football team south of Indianapolis refuses to lose, comes from behind, and runs away with an improbable state title.
What will the story be in your community? High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
Tonight's game ball, ticket number 329-483.
Welcome back to the ball game. We flipped the field. Delta moving south to north now in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 from the Eagle 35-yard line. St. John wide way right here, right near in front of us. Here's a handoff inside. Tough running room, maybe a yard, not much more than that inside. Bedwell with the carry. Give him a tough yard to make it 3rd and long.
And that will bring up 3rd down.
Connor's not the biggest guy in the shed. They list him at 6 feet 180. He's only a junior. Better days ahead. And they're pretty good now. 3rd and 7 Eagles at their 36. The bell tolling. 28-point lead. Delta looking for more. Hunt in the pocket, now flushed. He's going to have to keep it. He's taken down. No gain. It'll bring up 4th down.
A sack for the Trojans.
That'll be a punting situation now for Delta. Line of scrimmage, the Delta 36-yard line. Couple of deep men for Newcastle here around their 33. Greaser and Bumbelow waiting on the punt. So one-hop snap. Ball gets away. Garner chases it down. Rolls left. He's going to keep it. Run up field to the sideline. Gets to around the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So, bad snap. Garner was in trouble. He got back to the line of scrimmage. But great field position for Newcastle at the Delta 35. Wow. Well, let's see what they do with it. Great chance to take another bite out of that Delta lead. It's 42-14, 10:35 left in the game. 3 wide left, 2 wide right. 1 running back to the left of Barber, and that's Burke. Snap. Play action. Throw here in the slot. It's near the ground. A great diving catch by Cheshire. Cheshire with a beautiful diving grab just above the plastic grass. 5-yard gain. Make it 2nd down. Barber threw it where only one guy could catch it, and that was Cheshire. Well done by the Trojans. 2nd and 5, short 5, Delta 31-yard line. Barber with the same set, 3 wide right, 1 next to him in the backfield. They'll hand it to Burke. He's hit in the backfield, and he's not going anywhere. Great defensive play by Mason Hunt, who smacked him down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
3rd down for the Trojans.
Hunt read that like homework. Great play by the senior linebacker. Burke comes out. He may be a little gimpy. Got to find somebody to play running back. 3 wide right, 2 wide left on 3rd and 5 at the Delta 31. Empty set again in the pistol for Barber, the Newcastle quarterback. Takes the snap, straight drop. Here comes the blitz. He gets drilled as he lets it fly. Brady Pease just introduced him to contact. Pass was incomplete down the middle. Oh, Barber took a shot. He just got pasted. Remember when I said earlier in the game that's a mismatch? Does he wanted a little bit of Pease after a play? No, you don't. That's a state caliber wrestler, 6 feet, about 220, coming at you like a freight train, and he took it hard. To his credit, he's up and ready to go. 4th and 5. That was the hit of the night, maybe the hit of the season. The Delta Video guys are going to get a request for that one. Trojans are going to go at the Delta 31. Quick throw, batted down. Sutherland knocked it down. It was nearly caught by Barber, the guy who threw it, but he couldn't get there. Then gives the ball over to Delta on downs. It's the first time Newcastle has had the ball in the second half and not scored. So Delta gets it back at their 31. Unbelievable. That Brady Pease hit on the blitz should be the Sports Center video clip of the night. It was, if you like defense, something to beauty. On first down, sweep right. It's going to be Belangi on the call and the carry. Turns it upfield for a short gain. Bumbalo came up to play it from his defensive back spot. Took him down after a gain of 2 yards. Belangi going to get time. We've got to believe you're going to see some 2 and 3 on the depth chart runners as Bedwell checks out. We'll see who Delta has in the backfield. They've got Wooden back there. They've got Javon Whitfield in there now. Man wide on either side. Case on the near side. Probably Levers on the far. There's a misdirection give. Whitfield spins around a tackler at the line of scrimmage, squirts his way ahead for a couple of tough yards on a Newcastle player. Slow getting up.
Back out of the stop.
Getting up and gimping around, that is one of Newcastle's better defenders. That's Trenton Williams coming off. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Ball sitting on the Delta 37-yard line. They need the 42. Under 8 minutes left in the game now. Delta way out in front, 42-14. Let's see what they do on 3rd. Hunt from under center, drops, throws left side. It's caught on a dive at the 45-yard line by Gillen. 8-yard pickup and a Delta first down. Nice throw by Hunt. Well done by Hunt. Another first down for Delta. They're moving it on 20 for the game now. Another 1st and 10. Eagles ball. They're 45 on the left hash as they move it left to right, south to north here in Newcastle. Double wing, Hunt under center, wideouts either side. There's a sweep left. Wooden with it. Cuts up field around the end. Into Newcastle territory. Still fighting for yardage. Takes it to around the 49 in Newcastle territory. 6-yard pickup for Wooden. Delta's ground game is different for sure this year, but still very effective. You don't lose a guy like Charlie Spiegel, who's a national caliber player, and not have some changes to make in your approach. But they've really bounced back from the loss of that player and played well. Delta really looks good tonight. 2nd down, fat 4, short 5 at the Newcastle 49. Man in motion this way. Give back the other way. Pease shakes a tackle. Has enough for the first down. They should spot him at the 45. It's right in front of me. Should be a first down by Pease. Let's see where they lay it down. They're going to mark him half a yard short. That's robbery. Wow.
It is now
well, give him 4. Yard to go. More like a football length to go. Clock rolling down to the 6-minute mark. We're halfway through the 4th. Delta out in front 42-14. They're going to go to 5-1 and 4-0 in the conference race and share a tie for the lead. Hunt, quarterback sneak, first down and more. That pile rolled all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Brady Hunt.
They say, weak spot, huh? Take that. 5-yard sneak, first down, Delta. Helps to have a 6'5" quarterback. That's for sure. Another first down for Delta. I've got him for 19 in the game as they drive through the middle of the field here. Ball now on the Newcastle 40. Between the hash and the X. Levers comes wide here on the near side. Man in motion is Pease. Give is straight ahead to Bedwell. He hits it for about 5 yards straight ahead to the 35-yard line before they get him down.
And Steven Spears on the tackle for the Trojans. Connor Bedwell.
10 carries in the game for Bedwell tonight. He has carried it more than anybody in a white uniform. Clock rolls under 5 minutes to go. Delta will shuttle a play in. Dalen Case will bring it into the huddle to Brady Hunt, and he'll broadcast it to everybody else. Case goes wide left. Spencer St. John here near side wide right. The running back runs on late, and that's Belangi. And now a whistle, and I think Delta's going to stop the clock with a timeout, and they do. We're going to keep it right here. 4:27 left to go. It's all over except for the final score. Delta's going to win this one going away. They've had an outstanding night on both sides of the ball, especially first half, offensively and defensively, when they almost completely shut off the Newcastle offense, and that is not easy to do at all. But they've taken the league's best passer in Barber and really held him in check at all in the first half. He only had 10 net yards passing in the first half. That's the league leading passer and the top two receivers in the league. Putting that up against your defense, that's pretty good defense. So Delta coming out of the timeout. They've got things straightened away. Chris Overholt says, go get them, fellas. 2nd and 5 at the Newcastle 35. Been a great night for the Eagles. They're going to have a nice, enjoyable ride back up the highway. Hunt under center, Belangi in motion. The handoff is straight ahead, and it's good for another first down possibly as Pease hit the middle. They're going to set him down a yard short on a 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and a yard to go. Unofficially 4 carries, 16 yards, a touchdown for the senior Brady Pease. Clock now to 4 minutes left in the game. Thanks for sticking around with us tonight. Really appreciate that. Good having you along. Hunt under center. Will he sneak again? Nope. This time, hand off to Pease into the secondary like a freight train. Got about 7, maybe 8 yards and another Delta first down to around the 23-yard line. 7-yard pickup for Pease. That's first down number 20 on the night for Delta in my chicken scratch scorebook. Clock continues to roll. It's under 3.5 to go in the game. They'll put the ball on the 22-yard line. Delta threatening to score again, leading 42-14. Delta has scored 40 or more in 4 straight games now. Hunt under center. Toss sweep. Pease to the right side, to the left side, rather. Pease hits a roadblock of Green around the 20-yard line, and they drove him back. And he's a strong kid, so there was some hitting going on there.
The initial hit for the Trojans.
I see Stevens getting out of the pile. Greaser too. Player from Newcastle's going to gimp off. Little wobbly. 3-yard pickup for Pease. Man who came off for Newcastle was Brandon Matney. Might have an ankle problem. 2nd and 7 yards to go for Delta. Ball at the 19 in Newcastle territory. Nice piece of running. Juking left, juking right, down to the 15-yard line by Bedwell. They're going to spot him down at the 16-yard line. 3rd down and about 4. Clock continues to roll. Delta content to just play slowly and play it out. We're under 2 minutes to go in a 42-14 game. This is an impressive win tonight by Delta. It's not easy to do this on the road in this league, and especially here at Newcastle. Hunt under center, sends Belangi in motion. Misdirection give. Daylight, Garner up the middle. Touchdown. Zach Garner cashes it in from 16 yards out. He has his 2nd rushing touchdown tonight, and it's 48-14 Delta. Big hole on the inside. The Delta lineman did a great job creating that gap on the misdirection. And on to try the kick. Zach Stanley. Snap good, hold down, kick up, kick good. 1:40 to go in this one. It's all over but the shooting match in the headline. Delta 49, Newcastle 14. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back at Neal Field for the final 140 of this one. Delta 49, Newcastle 14. Zach Garner with a 16-yard touchdown run to cap off a Delta drive of 69 yards. Here comes the kickoff from Zach Stanley. It's high, end over end, deep this time. It'll be taken on a walk at the 15, 20, 25. Looking for running room. Bumble reverses. Now cuts straight ahead. Cuts to the outside again. 30, 35. Got a blocker to the 40. All the way to midfield. He's going to go down the sideline and deliver the blow to the tackler all the way to the Delta 38-yard line. Great return by Bumble. Exchanging some words on the far sideline. Good return by Bumble, who made the most out of that. We have a flag over here near midfield on the point of the attack. Think that's going to reel a bunch of that in. Let's see. The officials waving him over and saying, hey, talk to me, fellas. The referee standing around the 49-yard line. That return went all the way to the Delta 38. It's going to be a holding penalty against Newcastle. And I have that only for their second penalty of the entire game. So it'll go from the Delta 37 back to the Newcastle 39. So Newcastle, one more chance with the ball from their own 38, trailing by an avalanche. We may have a new quarterback in the game. Dropped the snap, picked it up, handed it to somebody else. It is going to be William Greaser at quarterback now. Short gain of a yard. Dakota Durick got a yard. In fact, they may have him down for a loss of a yard. It is Greaser in there at quarterback, just a sophomore. Takes the snap. Durick has it again. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of about 2 or 3 yards. Great hit in the Delta defense. Credit for the stop, Dawson West. -4 on the carry by Durick. They get 3rd and 13. Back at the Newcastle 37-yard line. Final 20 seconds of the game. Play clock is under that, so they'll have to snap one more time. Greaser will take one more snap, and this will be it for the Trojans in this one. There it is. Drops. Left-hander throws it down the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Regal, but overthrown by about 5 yards. Fourth down. That stops the clock at 5.9 seconds to go. Greaser is the little brother. William is the little brother of the senior Nick, who's a really good player in his own right. Maybe the quarterback of the future here, a southpaw. Should be the final snap, barring a defensive penalty. Delta showing blitz. Don't think they will. They don't. Greaser on the keeper. Left side coming this way toward the box. Great block on the edge to spring him out to the 42. Cheshire with a beautiful block. The run takes him out of bounds. 5 yards. That's going to do it for this one. Delta wins this one going away. Final score from Neal Field tonight. Delta 49, Newcastle 14. Take a break as the handshake line forms. Back with a few stats and a rundown. We'll call tonight after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In Fort Wayne, two sisters make a historic splash when they swim their way to a pair of individual state titles.
In Evansville, a boys and girls soccer team become state champions in the same year for the same school, claiming their place in Indiana history.
In Bloomington, 12 young men combine their talents, check their egos, and net a basketball state title.
High school sports have provided us with as many inspirational stories as there are towns in Indiana.
In Valparaiso, a gymnastics team scores a perfect season, winning a record 7th state championship for their school in the process.
A football team south of Indianapolis refuses to lose, comes from behind, and runs away with an improbable state title.
What will the story be in your community? High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in this community.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Neal Field here in Newcastle. It's a Delta winner again tonight as the Eagles punch hard early, lead by 35 at halftime, and they coast to a 49-14 win over Newcastle. They came into this game facing the number one thrower in the league and the top two receivers in the league, and unofficially they held Barber, the quarterback, to 15 for 28 for 107 yards. Pretty doggone good performance by the Delta defense tonight. Greaser caught a touchdown pass. Bumbalo caught the other touchdown pass for Newcastle. That's all she wrote. What did Delta do? 8 out of 11 for 165 yards throwing for Brady Hunt, but the big number, 4 touchdowns. 4 of those 8 completions for scores, 40, 11, 8, 44 on his touchdowns. Who scored them? Cameron Levers, 3 catches, 117, 2 touchdowns. He had catches of 40, 33, 44. Dalen Case, caught a touchdown, 8 yards. Spencer St. John with the circus catch of the night on a ball that was tipped around in the end zone, and he plucked it out of the air for an 11-yard touchdown. The other scores for Delta came on the ground. Garner with a 16-yard dash to finish off the night. The other touchdown scored by Brady Pease on a 1-yard dive to finish off the opening drive of the night. So Delta is just super impressive with the ball. They had the ball tonight unofficially for 8 possessions, scored on 7 of those, including their first 5. Matter of fact, their first 6, all 5 in the first half, first 1 of the second half. Here's how they capped them off here. First drive, 69 yards. Second drive, 57. Third drive, 33. Fourth drive, 56. Fifth drive, 84. 35 first half points. Then they drove the ball 61 yards, gave it up on downs, and then drove the ball 69 yards. So I said on Twitter and to some people earlier this week, this is a Delta team that scores on big, explosive plays. And they did it again here tonight against a pretty good Newcastle football team and won easily going away 49-14. So that's going to do it. Delta with the win will improve to 5-1 overall, 4-0 in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. They will keep at least a share of the league lead. And if New Pal loses tonight to Greenfield Central, buy your ARC materials and say your goodbyes tomorrow, because it might be the end of mankind. I don't think New Pal is going to lose that game tonight. They'll share the league lead with Delta going to week 7. As for Newcastle, 4-2 overall now, 2-2 in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. That'll do it for us for tonight. Delta wins this one. The final score for the final time: Delta 49, Newcastle 14. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining us tonight. Keep an eye on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps. Words on the next broadcast: volleyball, football, who knows what else, coming up on Beaver Media. Until then, have a great night and a fantastic final weekend of summer and first weekend of fall, everybody. We'll see you later.